Aw, you got rid of my shit too.
Yeah, I'm the master of drawing. All fear me.
Have you been watching Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Have you taken the Game of Thrones quiz to see who you are?
No, because fuck those. All those quizzes. I hate that bullshit. I
I do
ignore all
too.
of
I
those
do too.
quizzes.
But I figured I'd give it a pass because it was Game of Thrones stuff.
But this time, man, you gotta... No.
I'm gonna link it in the chat. I know I'm a sucker for doing it. I know it's just a shitty BuzzFeed article, but it was one that got me. It happens. I'm gonna own up to it. There's just something I need some sort of validation of some sort. I must be coming to this quiz.
I don't need a fucking thing, and because those things are they give you exactly, like, you answer questions to get what you want. You're like, I think I'm kind of like the Hound, so yeah, I'm gonna say I have a problem with my brother, and oh look, they said I should be the Hound.
Have you ever wanted your eyes squashed out by a man that's 7'8"? Yes.
Well, I always wanted to be the Red Viper, and BuzzFeed told me I'm the Red Viper.
Oh, spoilers! Watch out! Well, luckily, we only spoiled it for like 3 people.
I always wanted to be I always wanted to be murdered, then come back from the dead as Lady Stoneheart and wreak vengeance on my enemies, and then they gave me that.
That was really good.
That's a book reference too. Bam!
That is. Wow, yeah, that's impressive.
Because that shit wasn't in the season finale.
Well, yeah, but do you think it's on a different timeline?
No, I don't know.
Because it's like it would be happening like maybe a little before this.
They've messed around with the timeline. I mean, I didn't read the books, but I know the bit with all the stuff with Daenerys at the end of this season, and all of the stuff with Theon Greyjoy this whole season is from later books. So they kind of like that with the stuff, but.
I think it's later book. I think this is like just coming. This next season's the last book of it.
No. The last 2 seasons were book 3, with a little bit of other stuff thrown in there.
Maybe that's why I'm getting thrown off. Because
book 4 and 5 take place at the same time, and they'll be in 2 seasons, I assume.
The last book I paid attention to was book 4, and Sarah went through 5 and was just telling me about it, and I was like, yeah. But now I'm like, I kind of want to go back through book 5 and actually like realize what's going on, because I like being ahead of it. I feel like I'm in like a special club if you know what's happening before.
Yeah, I get that way about like Walking Dead. I like feeling a part of, like, the last season. There's that scene where Rick and Carl get captured by these guys, and I'm like, oh god, are they gonna fucking go for this? And then they fucking do it. Like the guy's got like Rick in a bear hold, and he's like, you can't do nothing, and then Rick bites his fucking throat out. I'm like, oh, I knew that was coming, because that's straight from the fucking book. Like in the comic book, they get captured, and fucking Rick's got a missing arm, so he can't fight back. They're like, what are you going to do? You have to watch us as we rape this little boy in front of you. And then fucking Rick just tears his throat out with his teeth. And I was like, oh, man, is that the scene they're about to do? And they fucking did it.
You know, though, like, and this is hold on, let's wait for Ike here before I make it Spoiler City.
Well, we're already blowing our content, so the show already started.
I know, the show started already. You just pre-do a hello internet, and then it's like the
time to edit this shit.
You're a popular guy now. I saw a girl holding your hand.
When?
In a photo.
I don't think that happened ever.
It did. One time a girl touched your arm, and you have photographic evidence.
I don't think that is even possible.
Pretty sure it's possible, Eric. I saw it on your Facebook.
I have never spoken to a girl in my life. I can't imagine. I don't think it's
I mean, she might be married, but like
I don't believe you. I literally don't believe you that this happened. I think I would remember.
What if I show you empirical data of this happening? See, look right here. Like this is I could even draw.
It's clearly photoshopped.
Yeah, I mean, look at how my eyes are red and hers aren't, and the lighting is different. She's look like in a darker shade. Clearly, you went to the trouble of putting my face on this woman who I've never met. I don't know who this is. I don't understand why.
I'm pretty sure that was on. No, like I'm actually because look at see how it's like this is your Facebook, and then click the picture, and then this is you right here. Like, see, it's even tagged you.
Yeah, but people tag shit all the time. So people like put up a fucking Calvin and Hobbes and be like, this is like me and you. Does that mean I'm fucking Calvin or Hobbes now? No, just because you can tag anything. I could be that picture on the wall. You could tag me as that. I don't believe you for 1 second that that's a thing that happened. I think you're lying. You're clearly a liar.
But right here it says the hosts, and you're clearly doing something here.
No, don't believe you for 1 second. Never happened. Never have I touched a woman.
I can see by that the boyish good looks in here are definitely not photoshopped next to this wonderful lady.
No, I'm fat as shit.
Dude, okay, but okay, if you're
clearly my face on some handsome body.
Okay, so for our audio listeners, there's a photo here, and Eric's arm looks like it's like the arm of like Zeus. Like it is like chiseled from a Greek god.
Yeah, clearly that's a behind-the-scenes photo of Avengers 2: Age of Ultron, and that you put my face on Chris Hemsworth's body. That's clearly what happened.
Okay, you know what? No, you're right. You're totally right. That's what happened in this photo that I'm going to save right now so we can link it to our listeners. Just put it right on the desktop for right now. So yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's clearly that's what happened, because that's not. I mean, that's never. And the worst part about this, listeners, the fucking worst part is this isn't the first time either. He's gone to the trouble of doing this several times. I have other evidence of him doing it. Like if you just scroll down in my Facebook feed, you'll see another one where he clearly photoshopped my face onto another body.
This is really just weird for me to see your face next to these bodies. I'm not doing it, but I do think it's great.
I mean, it's clearly it's all photoshopped. As we said, it's funny. This is all stuff from our hate mail show. There's a great group photo of our sketch group, and like everyone's like hugging and got arms around, and I've got my hands in my pocket and not touching someone. And one of our listeners, Brady, said, "Pretty sure Eric was just photoshopped into this because I'm not on the same plane. I'm not interacting with any one of the people in this photo. So yeah, I don't leave the house. These are all I've got a green screen right here that I use on it, and I can just put this up on my wall and mess with lighting and stuff. Yeah, see, clearly photoshopped. Look how pale I am. Clearly, that's all photoshopped.
This is Eric's boner face.
Photoshopped. It's clearly photoshopped.
Boner face. It does look like your Photoshop. Okay, you know what? No, I've seen a lot of shops in my day.
I look like a human Photoshop. Like I never look. I always look like I've been photoshopped into every picture I've taken. Every picture of me looks like somebody photoshopped me into it as a joke. I don't.
Why is it your milky white complexion? Like what is? Why is it like that?
I think I'm like 3/4 vampire. So like you can capture me on film, but it's not. It doesn't look quite right. It looks fake. Like
Ike, welcome to the show. Welcome to Just Cool Enough.
Oh, is that where I am?
The points don't matter.
I'm Eric.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Ike.
And you're listening to Just Cool Enough. This show makes sense. We're slow. Like I didn't think this show could get less disorganized, but the past few weeks we just don't give it. We just start broadcasting and then eventually decide at some point that we already started doing the show without having. We just kind of.
But no, we're recharging. Like we've had a lot of funny moments in the past 238 episodes, and like this is like. It's summer vacation. It's supposed to be laid back. We'll get back on it in the fall. This is the summer.
This is only 237th episode, so.
Wait a second. I labeled this one 238.
I know. I go to the trouble because I notice sometimes if I don't update the Google Doc, you'll put it up again. You'll say like the same fucking month. But I made sure like the past few weeks I've been doing it, and then you're just like either not labeling it, and you're just calling it JCE. Or now you're just calling it the wrong.
No, look at the last episode on the Just Cool Enough website is Just Cool Enough episode 237. TV is video games now.
Is it? I forgot to update the thing because it's been so long since you used the Google Doc. I thought I did it already. So you're right. This is 238.
There, shut up, idiot.
Because we don't use any of the content, so I just keep updating I just keep keeping most of the content and changing the name of the file, so that it's just easier for me. The last one that we used was 233, so I just assumed this was the right number. I didn't have time to check the website.
So, Ike, where have you been for the last 2 weeks?
Well, the first week, my girlfriend's parents do like family dinner night on Thursday, but 2 weeks ago they're like, we're gonna have it on Wednesday. I was like, okay. And then last week the 8th graders graduated from school, so I went to their 8th grade graduation.
You went to the 8th grade wedding. Weird.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's weird. I mean, like East Coast, you know, maybe it was like Northern East Coast. I don't know. You kind of have a weird school thing. Really, like, what kind of fanfare happens at an 8th grade graduation?
A little bit. I mean,
what's the big deal between 8th and 9th grade? That's like, you know what?
High school.
8th and 9th grade. Oh yeah.
Well, you also have to understand the school I work at starts at kindergarten, goes through 8th grade, so a lot of these kids have been there.
So they get sent off forever.
And now they're all going in separate directions for the most part.
Yeah, ours didn't go through that. Ours didn't go K through 9. Ours went from, we had the kindergarten up to 5th grade, and then 6th, 7th, and 8th were at a different middle school, and then 9th grade was high school, and that was at a different school. So.
Oh, my high school did it differently. I did 10th through 12th grade, all in the same building.
Yeah, a lot of them do that, where they don't start at 9th grade, they start at 12th for some reason.
So anyway. Like, anything interesting happened to you in those 2 weeks where you were gone? Anything comical, funny, interesting, sad? Bring a tear to my eye?
Not really. I started a fitness challenge with a friend of mine where $75 on the line to see who could lose more weight by the end of the year.
Oh, we'll have to talk about that in your Fitness Pals
and
when we record it next.
I got back into World of Warcraft because they nerfed everything. So I could get my legendary cloak out of the way.
Oh, you're getting pulled back in?
Well, I mean, I've been hovering and playing a little bit with some of my friends, but now I spent the last couple of days really playing to get my legendary cloak quest done so I can have my first legendary.
What about you, Eric? Are you going back in?
I mean, I'll probably, when the expansion comes out, I'll probably play it for a month or whatever.
I mean, I already bought the expansion. I pre-ordered it. So I'm stuck at least playing that far.
It looks like you got hit in the face with a bat, Ike. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. My hair was purple. Half my head was purple for a while, too, by the way.
Did you lose a bet with your students?
No, it was Mismatch Day. Don't you follow him on Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I told my students I would dye my hair for the best behaved class, and then it was Mismatch Day, so I only dyed half my hair, and then I was too lazy to go back and do the other half.
Did you like go into a bank and they're like, oh man, there's a guy here, he's gonna rob us, it's a super villain, or a guy that thinks he's a super villain, or I mean, you have to get some weird looks if you're walking around with half painted hair.
That's exactly actually. No, I mean most of the time I had a hat on out in public, so if I got any weird looks, it was mostly for my girlfriend's parents.
You're just like sitting there at the fancy dinner, and you have like a suit on, and
no, you gotta do a fancy. We've already learned this. He goes to fancy dinners in full steampunk garb.
Yeah.
With a tiny hat.
No, with a large stovepipe hat with goggles on it. Gears and everything.
That's how you should go to the bank. People will think you're like steampunk. People will think you're going to like a Wild Wild West movie reenactment or something with Will Smith. Like, why is he dressed up like that shitty movie? So,
but nothing else special.
Man, that sucks. I was just waiting for you to get back and just have all these great stories for us. Nothing. Wow, wonderful. Eric, save us from this boredom.
I don't know. What do you mean by that?
I almost harmonized with you when you did that.
Yeah. I don't. That was a weird transition. I wasn't sure. I'm not sure exactly what you're asking me.
Well, I just wanted an interesting story from your life. You've been so busy. You haven't had time for us, little old us, here on the Just Cool Enough show.
Well, yeah, my life has been super interesting. I've been reading
Girls touching you.
No, I've been reading some books. Yeah, reading Polish fantasy novels.
I didn't even know the Polish had novels.
Yep. I've been watching. I mentioned it last week. I've been reading the books that the Witcher game is based off of. I think I finished them all except for there's a new one coming out in 2 weeks that's finally being translated, and when that comes out, I'll get it. But then, I've just been sitting around reading, not doing anything, playing Dungeons and Dragons. It's been a very lazy week.
Return to form. Oh, with gusto.
Yeah, I mean it's not much. I mean, our sketch team finally we got our date for our sketch show at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater, which should be July 23rd, which should big deal, and we're starting to hit the ground running with that and rehearsing that and locking down the scripts and getting everything ready so that in 5 weeks we can perform in front of however many of our friends we can fit or get convinced to show up to this theater that fits about 90, but probably won't have that many in it.
Weird. Really weird.
Now,
Wow, you're doing too many things.
I wanted to know, because again, not being here, if you guys covered it, I apologize. But did you guys talk about the two 12-year-old girls who attempted to murder their third 12-year-old friend over Slenderman?
No,
that
didn't talk about this. Didn't talk about John P. Slenderman and his.
What the
his
hell
murder
happened?
speech.
Did you not hear that?
You know who Slenderman is, right, Joe?
The Slenderman game?
Well, it started out as like an urban legend on the internet. It's kind of a cool idea that it's like sort of user-generated Web 2.0 urban legend stuff. Well, apparently, like these 12-year-old girls would like if we murder for Slenderman, we could be Slender Peoples or something. And then they tried to they stab their friend to death.
Slenderman.
Yeah.
And they also were claiming that it was a Slender Man radiation that killed that. So in order to appease Slender Man, they took their other friend out into the woods, like you do, and murdered her, or attempted to murder her by stabbing her, 19 times? She didn't die. She managed to climb out of or crawl out of the woods and be on the road.
After 19 stab wounds? But
these are little girls stabbing. Like, little kids don't know where the vital organs are. They're probably just, the first couple, like you're just kind of like poking. You're not sure where to stab or like how deep. You're apprehensive. Eventually, you kind of.
I know. When all those little kids try to stab me, you're right. They do miss all the vital organs.
Yeah, I mean, at first you're like, ow, ow, and then you're just like. See, why do you keep stabbing me in the ass? That's the worst. That's just all fat.
Maybe that's what they did. They're like, we're gonna kill you, but we're gonna kill you from your butt, and they just kept getting one cheek.
I mean, O.J. Simpson stabbed allegedly. Actually, no,
allegedly.
Somebody stabbed O.J. Simpson's wife 37 times. It wasn't him because he was acquitted of murder. But yeah, so I mean, even a professional sports guy or whoever did it that wasn't him because he was acquitted has to stab someone at least 37 times.
I guess that's pretty good then for two children to stab one other child. But
yeah.
So the other girl, she was like Walking Dead out. She Walking Deaded all the way out to
No, I think it was more of a. No less Walking Dead, more I spit on your grave kind of situation.
Okay. That's
Last
incredible.
house on the left,
Or maybe maybe she has she's a mutant. I just saw X-Men: Days of Future Past. Maybe she has regeneration.
It's cool. I mean, and no one has tested. I mean, it's possible. Or maybe she doesn't have regeneration. Maybe all that Slender Man radiation, whatever the hell that is, healed her.
That's true. She must be one of the chosen or something like that. So wait, this actually happened though.
Yeah, for a while I was like, oh, the internet made up another funny story, and I was like, oh, when I saw it all over the news, I was like, not a story.
Oh my god.
And apparently they blame it on the parents because her parents are apparently Satanists too, so that's really what was the whole issue.
The only true religion, of course. Satanism.
Except
Crazy.
the only problem I have with Satanism is that it gets all this flack, but Satanists are just militant atheists. They're just atheists who are assholes. They do like they
No.
They do. If you've read the Satanist Bible, it says that there's no God, there's no Satan, and they do all of this stuff, all the like the black mass. They do it to
Whoa.
fuck with.
Hold up. I thought Satanists worship like the devil,
No.
Beelzebub.
They
and
don't
Mephistopheles
believe.
and
They
stuff.
don't believe in Satan or God, and they do this shit to piss off Catholics.
Then I'm a Satanist.
They hold these weird, like, fucked up rituals.
Oh, wait,
No.
no, hold on. You must have this backwards in your mind.
If you read look up the Satanist Bible, and I mean, there might be people who worship Satan, but true Satanists are
Satanism,
just,
yeah.
the Church of Satan are just atheists who do this shit to fuck with other religions because they hate religion that much.
That's great. So, but I mean, like, maybe that's why I'm not a Satanist. It's just a little too much work, you know?
Yeah,
it's just
I'm too
like
lazy for that.
I just don't have time to hate that like that. It's just
On that level.
I'm that, you know, like I'll just keep my hate to myself and keep my disapproving looks, you know, to my group of friends.
Yeah,
to be like, I mean, if you have to go to like Satanist.
I'll comment on some YouTube videos, but I'm not going to dress up in black robes and sacrifice a goat just to prove a point.
Right, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. I mean, I might go like once, like on the devil's birthday, and then maybe like on.
I'll attend an orgy once or twice. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. I'm just saying I'm not going to make it my everyday weekend plan. You know?
You know, like that's a lot of work. I mean, like. What's like the Satanist equivalent to like Easter? I'll go to like the Satanist equivalent of Easter, and then I'll go to the Satanist equivalent of like.
What's the Satanist equivalent to midnight mass?
Yeah, like is there? Can I Google
Afternoon brunch.
Hold the with that's just great. Okay, I'm gonna just I need to learn more about Satanism here. I thought I really did. I mean, I must be totally misinformed here because I thought it was this whole thing where like you had to like, you know, make this commitment and give your soul away and this whole like. I guess I've only learned Satanism from movies. I should be embracing it.
Yeah.
Satanism, you're doing it wrong.
If this is the only episode my mom listens to, of just
She's never listened. She's like, you know what? It's been 5.5 years. I'm gonna see what little Joey's doing. And you're like, I don't know, maybe I'll give Satanism a chance.
My poor mom. She's such a nice lady and a devout Catholic. She would be awfully horrified if she heard this. No one showed this to my mom. No one showed this show to my mom. Oh man. So speaking of kids doing stupid stuff, there was a entire 11th grade class, you know, like finals are happening and people are getting done with school. There was an entire 11th grade class that took a photo on a phone of the Scantron answer key. So it's just, you know, the bubble test, you fill in the bubbles. And so they took a photo of the answer key and distributed it through the entire class. The entire class proceeded to get 100% on their final exam. And I'm like, what kind of retarded, stupid, idiot people would go cheat and everyone in the class goes in and gets 100%? Like, you got to play in your level. And I'm like, what kind of idiotic high school students would let this happen? It ended up being my old high school. I'm like, oh, of course. This came from my fucking old high school, good old Southgate Anderson. Good job, stupid idiot 11th graders. When you're cheating, you should spread the range out. If you're a C student, don't punch above your weight class. Maybe get a B, but never go above that. You fucking idiots.
I will give you an example on why I agree. In high school, we used to run, it was like a mile and a half. There's this lap around the field or whatever we had to run. And then one time, someone realized that there's like this outcrop where you could cut and really just do like it was like, not even, it's like half a mile, maybe a quarter of a mile. Like, it cut off so much time, and people were like, "Hey, fuck yeah!" And they just fucking took off and ran, and that way they're doing like 2-minute miles and shit like that. And I cut too, but I was fucking smart about it. I walked the entire till I got to like the last stretch when you finally hit the road, the last stretch, and I fucking booked it. So by the time I made it to the end, I was faster than my normal time, but I was incredibly out of breath and I was sweating profusely. And then like the coach was like, "Hey, Riker, did you cut?" I'm like, "Nah, I just fucking." But he's like, "Yeah, whatever." Because I didn't run a 30-second mile, and I ran. I don't know how fucking long it takes me to run the lap or whatever, but I ran probably faster, but not that much faster, and I looked really out of breath. So I passed. I didn't get in fucking trouble like all these fucking guys who could run the mile normally just fine. It was the fat little shits like me that needed the break.
Throw a couple answers, Like, the art of cheating is not something you can just pick up and just know, but you should be able to get by. I'm not saying, like, you can't, you can cheat your way through life, but when you do cheat, you need to take a couple precautions. Like, try not to get every answer right. And if it looks like a trick question, take the fall on the trick question. Don't draw attention to it. God damn, you idiots. And of course it had to be from my old high school. I mean... like, as a educator, I mean, kids have had to cheat or try to cheat before, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, like, is there like tall tale signs of like a kid cheating? Like, how would you pick up on this? I mean, if the whole total class gets 100% on their final, then something's up. But,
I'm a great teacher. They all got hundreds.
Yeah.
I sure taught them kids real well. With my advanced book learning, her shook.
Like, have you had some kids try to cheat before? You don't have to name any names. Timmy Wallace.
I've never had kids try to cheat on my art exams.
Wait, but how do you cheat on an art exam?
Because those kids took a picture of the painting answer key and then distributed, and then they all painted 100% of what, like, exactly what I needed. That's how art class works. Like,
nice
paint this. Yeah.
What is it? Chiaroscuro shading or something? Or
you're like, here's for your assignment, you have to paint this. You write a sentence on the wall, and it's like, paint this, and they all painted it accurately, so I knew something was up. The bowl of fruit was in the exact same spot in all of their paintings.
I've never. I mean, I give art exams that are based on vocabulary. I've never had anybody try to cheat on that. I've had people try to cheat on work.
You give art exams that are vocabulary?
History's part of it. It's not just draw a picture of your cat.
Why not?
It's also
counterproductive.
What's the difference between shade and tint? Things like that.
Is this? I need to cheat. Hold on.
It's not a trick question. So how many kids try to answer things?
I'm gonna guess. Can I just guess? Shade.
Wait, no! You raise your hand. You gotta raise your hand. You can call on him.
Yes, Eric.
Shade.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
No, I'm answering a question. We're fighting now. I
hate Eric. I hate Eric.
No, you've known the rules since day one. If you need to go to the bathroom, you do this with your hand. You raise your hand. You let me know quietly so you don't interrupt the class. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, this one. Okay, sorry. All right. So wait, what was the question? I want to get a good stab at it. I'm not cheating. My hands are in the air.
What's the difference between shade and tint?
I was gonna say shade is just a color. It's just a range of a color, and tint is when it's over another color, like it's blue tinted with something or something. I don't know. That's my guess.
Is tint like hue? Like
tint is when you add white to something, which is weird because people always say I'm gonna go get my windows tinted, so it throws off students because they're like, it means darker.
That's yeah. I did not know that. I learned something.
Wow. There you
of course,
go.
I've already forgotten it.
Quick, write it down, and it's gone.
but I have
it up on the internet.
I mean, I've had kids who've tried to like plagiarize something, and there's a few times where you're like, I think this looks a little suspicious, and you'll go on Google and put it in Google and be like, yeah, it came directly off Wikipedia. And then you tell the kid, you're like, hey, A+ for like trying to cheat, but you get an F on the assignment for plagiarizing. And I've caught kids doing it with images too. The last last thing that we have to do in the year for the 8th graders. They have to do a photography thing and then upload all their images. And there have been some where I'm like, I'm going to take this image and I'm going to put it on Google image search and
it is so easy. Right-click, search on Google.
Yes. And then pop the image in the search bar. And then I've had a couple of them where I'm like, okay, I caught a kid one time, but I'm like, okay, maybe he didn't realize, or maybe he meant to delete it and he was just saving it in his folder for whatever reason. I went up to the kid and I'm like, hey, listen, you needed 15 to 20 images. You only have 10 here. Oh, I can find you the rest. Okay, but first of all, are all these images yours? And I had the kid be like, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, he went through all of them. I'm like, okay. And then I tapped on that one. I'm like, that's weird. You told me this one was yours, but I found this one on Google image search under somebody else's name. Oh, well, I didn't do that one. Well, now I'm going to have to fail you because you just told me that it was yours. And I actually had the kid go, well, what if I just delete it out of my digital portfolio? Is that okay? I'm like, no, because you already tried to get credit for it. Too late. And I failed.
Wait, did he fail the class?
He failed that assignment. There were only 2 assignments. He got an A on the first one and an F on the second one.
Ah, I told you not to do that, Timmy Wallace. Idiot.
It's weird. We haven't had a lot of people like in the chat, like in the comments talking to us, but like I forgot. I was like, oh, I didn't turn that on. Well, probably no one's there. And then we got like a bunch of people there.
In the chat?
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, because we've even got questions. I like this one from Ganame says, at least Eric has $500, which is a reference to my plug that I'm going to bring up later on. And Darkanimus asks, Eric, are you planning to do Eric's Opinions anymore? I used to love those. Yeah, I used to love them too. No, I don't really plan to do them.
We all used to love them until Eric stopped doing them. Maybe if we can get Eric's heart to grow 3 sizes today, he'll start them again.
No, they take a lot of fucking work to do. I mean, just playing the game, capturing the footage, then coming up with the review, writing it, which I don't always write it. Sometimes I'm just seating my pants, fucking talking into a microphone, coming up with something funny, and trying to make them seem original, which is the only reason why I wanted to do them in the first place. It just takes so much fucking effort to do, and I have other creative outlets now, and also nobody fucking watches them.
It really sucked because a lot of them were really good. I mean, a lot of them sucked. All right, I told you the ones that sucked, but a lot of them were good
too. They got
too.
Progressively the production got better, but the humor got worse because it was harder and harder to find time to make them, and I got less and less inspired. And nobody really watched them, and I did it for like 3 years.
But clearly, people do watch them because a few people have been like, "Why aren't you doing it anymore?" You're like, nobody watched them, but people did. They did.
I mean, it's all relative. I mean, like 200, 300 people watch them. That's a lot of fucking people. I mean, that's nothing to scoff at. But it took a lot of work. And also, I felt like it changed the way I looked at video games. I wasn't having fun at video games. Like, I'd buy something on Steam, and I was like, well, I can't play this, because what if I do an Eric's Opinion? So it was just like oh, I'll play for 5 minutes, but then I can't, because I got to start capturing footage of it, make sure it's just... so it's fun to now I can just play video games.
Pull a Family Guy, weather guy kind of character, where all your video is about 2 seconds long, where you have the title at the beginning, and be like, it sucks, and then it just cuts out. Like, it's great.
Also, I feel like my videos will never be super popular because I generally like video games, and that's not the trend. You have to be angry about all video games and be the angry video game nerd, or the angry video game reviewer, or the annoyed gamer, or the angry gamer, or the angry...
Or the cynical gamer.
Cynical gamer, or just... You have to be that.
Cynical American.
I'm not that guy. I mean, I'm fucking... sarcastic, but I'm not cynical.
You should make a channel called The Cynical Yank.
Yeah. I mean, I can't be that, so I'm not I'm not going to gain popularity by hating on a bunch of video games. If I hate a video game, I just don't want to play it. I hated Final Fantasy 13, which is why I got like 2 chapters into it, and I was like, fuck this game, and stopped playing it. So I just I didn't I got to keep playing so I can tell people how I hate this on a video. I don't care. And also, I tried to switch, my reviews will never be super popular, and there are people that do it better. I tried doing Let's Plays, but that's it's too late. It's too late to do
It's
it.
too late,
Everyone
yeah.
does it. It's too late. And I wanted to do something creative with video games, but there's already Bro Team, Hey Ash, What You Playing, JonTron, and other things that did like I was like, I don't know, I want to do something, and then I saw those and I was like, oh, I wish I would have thought of that, but they're already doing that perfectly, and I could never do it as good.
That's what's really killer, and especially when you see somebody that does it so much better than you.
Yeah, before I started the Eric's Opinions, I was like, I want to do something with video games, and then I discovered Hey Ash, What You Playing, and I was like, fuck, that's what I wanted to do, I just didn't know it.
So and dude, that totally happened to me too. And the killer part is, okay, so we have this great podcast on Shout Engine. If you want to start a podcast, you can do it in 5 minutes on shoutengine.com. Get your own podcast on shoutengine.com. So we have this great podcast on Shout Engine. It's like #1 in iTunes for gaming. It's called Garnet on Games, and like he's doing the show that I really would love to do, and he is so much better than I would ever be able to do it. But holy crap, like I love listening to the show. But every time I turn it on, I have like 20 seconds of like, wow, what a great concept. He's doing it so well, and it's like, I'll just let him do. Like why even try? It's so good. Why even try? But that's why I started the Wide Open Roads podcast with Alex Connolly. Go check out the episode 1, because it's like a Detroit look on like cars, right? And nobody's really doing that right now. So I'm like, oh, this is kind of an interesting area. Maybe a more of a Detroit spin on things is because all the car media comes out of either the East or the West Coast right now. It's just kind of an interesting place to be. So I don't know. I'm liking that for right now. We're putting together like actual stories, but I miss the Eric's Opinions. I really do.
I mean, if I could ever think of a way to do it, I mean, the last one that I really fucking enjoyed putting together was the one I did for what is it? It's a weird Japanese game. Starts with a P. I don't fucking remember. I'll probably look it up and remember it later. But it was because it wasn't even a review. It was just me like going, what?
Oh yeah. See, those are classics, and I think like one thing you could do is, I don't know. You are doing so much more comedy writing now. I think that your scripts would be better. And,
yeah, I would love
like,
to.
Your timing would be better. I think you should maybe not commit to one every week because that's a pain in the ass. But when you get the inspiration, you should totally pursue it.
But then I'm just ripping off JonTron, which fucking he does it perfectly.
Who gives a fuck?
I do, because I want to do something original, but there's nothing left that I can think of because I'm a fairly unoriginal person.
JonTron. I don't think I've ever watched a JonTron video.
They're really good. He does. They're not reviews. They're weird, and sometimes it's like weird, obscure games. But they're so like that's like I watched that and I was like, God, that's what I wish I was doing. I wish I was just doing that.
But if you don't start doing it, you'll never do stuff.
I guess he already did it.
Yeah, no, I understand.
I started doing it. I was doing it for a while. I did it for like 3 years. Don't tell me to start. I did it.
Just stop doing it until everybody wants you to do it again.
I would love to do something. I mean, the thing that I can think about doing is like sketch comedy stuff for video games because that doesn't really exist. I mean, I've not seen too much. Like maybe somebody will do a sketch here and there about video games, but there isn't a lot of sketch comedy about video games. I've seen I know Felicia Day's channel tried it once. They did like 3 or 4 episodes of something, and it was god awful. I mean, it wasn't awful, but it was just like.
So wait, are you talking like machinima, like Red versus Blue kind of
No,
stuff?
I mean like actual comedy, but about video. Like they did one where it was like Mario writing letters back and forth to Peach about rescuing her and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it wasn't that good. Like I didn't think any of it was that good. Like one was about like a sort of Dungeons and Dragons-esque like adventuring party. I don't remember what the joke of it was, but it just none of it was good. The thing that has me interested though, like the Nerdist, Chris Hardwick's network is having. I think they're doing like video game humor. I don't know if it's exclusively video game. I don't remember, but maybe no. I think it's all video game humor based. Or sketch comedy based on video games, written and like produced by the Upright Citizens Brigade. So I was like, fuck. Now they're gonna start doing that.
So yeah, but why can't you like ride some coattails over there? Go over to the place and be like, hey, I perform here. My name's Eric. I'm really awesome.
I don't perform there.
But you've been there.
I've attended shows there.
So
I took classes there.
Go stand out front with a sign and be like, "Let's video game." Hashtag help or something.
That will be the third weirdest thing happening on that corner, because that theater is literally across the street from the Scientologist Celebrity Center.
Right. No, you're right. The only way you'd get any attention is if you whip it out. You know, just whip it out for a little bit and put it back in.
No, still not the weirdest thing that would happen on that corner of Franklin and Bronson. It's a weird area.
Oh man. Hey Ike, have you ever not pursued a dream because someone was doing it better?
Nope, I don't know what you're talking about. I've never attempted to do something any worse or at all that somebody else is already doing on the internet. Never.
That's what I thought.
Well, they say plagiarism's the highest form of flattery, so it's just my thing. Like, if somebody's doing it, I don't want to just emulate something. I want to create something that's me.
No,
what was it saying? That. Good artists create, great artists steal?
That was a Steve Jobs. But, I mean, like, that doesn't make it true or right. He did a lot of shitty things. But, yeah, you know, I get what you're saying, but there's a lot of people out there, and some content's not for them, and some content, you know, that you put out is probably just perfect for some people. But I understand. You want to be creative. You gotta itch that creative, you know, your creative junk. And if you don't itch it right, you're not gonna have a good time.
I mean, that's the reason why I started it, because I was sitting around in Roseville with no friends and had nothing to do, and I was like, I just need to create stuff. I don't know if everyone's like this, but I like creating. I need to create. That's just what if I'm not creating something, then I feel weird. I feel wrong. It feels wrong to just sit around and consume and never create anything. So that's why I started doing it, because I could do it sitting in my room with nobody else's help. And now that I'm doing, you know, sketch comedy, and I perform twice a month, and all that stuff, I have an outlet.
Yeah, you have different priorities.
Yeah. Also, it felt because I released them on Monday. I would write them, shoot them, record them, edit them, and then release them on Monday. And then my writers' meetings were Tuesday, so I wanted to write that. So it was like this whole thing. They're like conflicting. I was like, oh, I don't have time to do this sketch comedy thing that cost me money because this shitty internet video that nobody watches needs to be done.
It was a labor of love. All right, let's move on. We can talk about something else now. We don't have to keep beating the dead horse of Eric's opinion. All right, so max speed.
Every week, Saturdays, just after Warcraft Anonymous.
Yep. Going nowhere in particular.
Going extremely fast. So I assume that we have no emails. Actually, I thought we had one, but it didn't make any sense, and I started anyway. But if you'd like to send us an email, our email address is theshow@justcoolenough.com.
No, it's not weird. This is a great email. But yeah, our email is theshow@justcoolenough.com. And this was an email that I believe he wanted Joe to read specifically. So read this, Joe, because I think it's funnier if you read it.
I don't want to read it. I already looked at it. All right, hold on. Let me pull up the email inbox. All right, you guys cover for me while I pull up the email inbox. Theshow@justcoolenough.com. All right, I pulled it up. Good cover, guys.
Woo! That was a close one.
You know, that's what I miss. I miss doing the live radio, like on the Saturday morning stuff. It was like a Saturday morning cartoon kind of thing, and I really liked using the pre-show to like get amped for the show and stuff, and that was just so much fun to have all those people in the chat room responding. I would like to get back to that. Anyway, email says here, a special for Joe. That's the title. Good luck, Ike. In the words of councils, the Council of Councils deemed the consoles considerably sufficient after hours of consoling about the councils in the council area.
See, now, how it's supposed to be read is, in the world of consoles, the Council of Consoles deemed the console considerably sufficient after hours of counseling about the consoles in this console era.
That's what I said. Nuclear, same thing. That's just how you say it.
You said in the council, meh, council, because you don't know how to
In fact, he said somewhere in there he actually said console too, as in to like you look upset. I am here to console you.
He even got the third word wrong, because he said in the word of, but it's world.
Oh, okay. No, that's what I said. I read it right. In the world of council, the councils, the deemed council.
You said it in the word, like as in I play World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
That's a really good Facebook game. All right. Wait, what? I don't understand. I mean, I said all those right. What is he talking about?
No, you didn't.
I say potato. You say that you can't pronounce things.
Council.
CP30.
Exactly.
Shit happens, guys. All right, you know. I've lived a storied past. I can't help it. Some things are ruined in my brain forever. Have you ever hit your head so hard you called it a knee for a half hour? Not a joke. Oh man.
Well, speaking of not jokes, let's stop talking about unfunny things and talk about. Hey, we got a listener in the chat channel who says this. Holy shit! I forgot you guys even existed. Well, the real question is, do we actually exist? Last time I listened to one of your podcasts was 3+ years ago. Let's see. I've been listening since the start of this episode. You guys still got it. Keep up the great work. Is Dunkor still living in his mother's basement? No.
He's upgraded.
I'm upgraded into. I live with my mother in a 2-bedroom apartment. I have my own room though, so you know, big deal. I would love it if you guys would tell me what you've been up to these latest years. We've just been doing this while you've been gone. We've done nothing but this.
According to, I think it's Joe, we've done 238 of these.
Yeah, right. We have a huge backlog, and if you haven't listened for 3 years, you got a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah. Well, I'll sum it up. Joe found a lady who, for some reason, still hasn't left him.
That's true.
I believe it's probably some form of magic keeping her in place, or blackmail. Either way.
And they live together. It's not just that he found a lady; they're actually living together.
Yeah, he clearly has some incriminating evidence against her, or is holding a member of her family hostage.
She'll never escape.
Yeah. Ike decided that he couldn't get a job, so he went to school. Then got out of school, couldn't find a job, went back to school, got his PhD in video games, and then started teaching art at a high school. I decided that I was tired of not having any friends, so I made my mom move me out to Los Angeles, where I could not have any friends.
But you have
people Photoshop his face onto other pictures.
Yeah. Also, we all got fat and bald.
Speak for yourself. I'm clearly fat. All right.
You're right.
I'm utilizing the full effect of the comb over today. If you haven't noticed.
Meh.
You'll never catch me alive, coppers.
It's actually his beard hair that wraps around and then goes.
That's what I'm gonna do the little thing like in Game of Thrones where I tie my beard.
Or there's that character from Tekken whose beard is so long it becomes part of his hair, because it's like his beard goes like this, but then it's like up to here.
Yeah, the beard comb over. That's what I'm doing right now. Yeah. This is all just beard hair. You see, look at it. It's the same length, right? And it just goes all the way up. This isn't even my real hair. This is my beard hair.
Yeah.
I just kept coercing it up here. I'm just, come on, up here, beard hair. I fed it and gradually it's like you're growing a farm.
See, me, it's different. I grew out my pubes, wrapped them around the back, and they're coming out in front. So I have to straighten them a lot because they're pretty curly. But
could you wait? Do the drapes match the curtains? Yes, everything matches. It's the same. It's the same.
It's all the same hair. This is the carpet.
It's the carpet. Does the drapes match the curtains?
No.
What the hell are the curtains?
Yeah, the drapes and the curtains. It's like, no, this is the carpet, and we have window blinds.
Hey Ike, do your drapes match your curtains?
I think the drapes are your armpit hairs and the curtains are your hair in this scenario. I don't know.
Well, then what's the carpet?
Your pubes.
Carpet is
That's my
pubes.
toe hair. My toe hair is my carpet.
Yeah, it's the drapes match the carpet, not the drapes match the curtain. Like, did you make? Are your windowsills covered in your discarded hair to block out the sight of the sun? No, that's.
I thought it was. No, yeah, that's what it is. It's do the drapes match the carpet?
Does the carpet
No.
match the drapes?
That's what it is. Pretty sure might have had a small stroke, forgot all that stuff. That's where I'm building knowledge here.
Quick, what's the difference between tint and the stain or whatever?
The absence of light. Eh? It's the same thing, right? White,
12
light.
points to Gryffindor. But you're
the
Hufflepuff.
sorting, yeah, the sorting hat's gonna be pissed. I hate that sorting hat.
He's a real dick.
Fucking Hufflepuff and me. I'd burn that bitch. Like, could you imagine? Wouldn't that be embarrassing? Like, I've been shit talking Hufflepuff this whole time, and then you put the sorting hat on.
No, Hufflepuff, like you got Gryffindor, which is where all the protagonists go, and then Slytherin, where all the bad guys go, and then you got Hufflepuff, where like the kind of like you got your okay people that turn out to be okay in the end, but the fucking Ravenclaw, who's from fucking Ravenclaw or whatever the fucking
They're all
fourth house is?
recluses. They're all introverted recluses. Like, meanwhile,
They're
all
all
this,
not in the book. They might as
Yeah.
You might as well sit in the sorting hat. It's like, you shall not be in this book or movie franchise. And you're like, oh, fuck you, sorting hat.
I always thought Ravenclaw could have had some really cool storylines because it's like the smart people,
That's what-
right? Like, it's the
That's
book.
what I would love to see. I would love to see like an Ender Shadow era
Yes.
of books where it's just like the Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw, like being like, what the fuck's wrong with these people? Like, they're literally killing each other. Like a kid died last year.
There's a fucking teacher walking around with two fucking faces.
Yeah.
Like, does no one know this?
Does anyone know
reported
that
it to the authorities.
the teacher they get to teach Defense Against the Dark Arts turns out to be a bad guy every time? Why is no one talking about our current principal murdered the last principal? Nobody's brought that up. Don't you think that's weird?
This is all just like the weird kids. Like, Harry Potter was made out to be this cool. He was the weird kid. He was the total weird kid, and he never was the hero. And he barely did shit the whole fucking movies. I got a bone to pick. All right.
Well, the real theory is that Neville Longbottom's really the hero because he's the one that does all the really cool heroic shit, and that he's the one the prophecy's talking about. But he's just like Harry Potter's the boy who fucking lives. So he's got a cool scar on his face, and Hermione wants his D.
No, yeah, and they all fucked up. And J.K. Rowling, is that her name? Or am I
Yeah.
saying that wrong too? Just
Okay.
kidding, Rowling. Okay, so J.K. Rowling was like, "Oh, I know, I fucked up. I should have done Hermione and Harry together because that would have worked out great." But and she just realized this like 3 years ago. I'm like, "We could have told you that when you're writing the books, you idiot! You have millions of dollars. You should retcon that shit.
Yeah.
Come out with
Fucking
version
Lucas-
2."
Lucas doesn't care. Just fucking put a CG fucking love scene between those two in the next version of the fucking Blu-rays, and fucking fans don't give a shit. They'd be like, but Greedo shot first. Be like, I'm J.K. Rowling, bitch. You know,
Then,
fucking change
she can put-
everything.
Yeah, she can put fucking a musical number in with the part where they're eating the food and like the lights get blown out or whatever. They could have a Rancor in there. It'd be sweet. That's what I'm talking about.
Put fucking 3D Hayden Christensen in there. I don't give a fuck.
I give a fuck about that. Never never do that again. Like eventually, Harry Potter's gonna be worse than the Star Wars extended universe. It's gonna be like there's gonna be so much shit, and then when they remake the movies 30 years from now, they're gonna have to restart.
You
And
mean
be like,
5
none
years.
of this is.
5 years, not 30. 5 years.
Are
5
they
years.
already redoing them? You think
They're
5 years?
gonna. They haven't said they're gonna, but they want to. They're already gonna remake Twilight and just do it over again. See, this is brilliant because like in that scene at the end when like Harry Potter gets thinks he's getting killed, and he's surrounded by the ghost of his parents and his dead step parents that died
Hayden
fighting.
Christensen.
Yeah, Hayden Christensen will also be there. Like it'll be Yoda and Hayden Christensen, and it'd just be like doing that stupid fucking smirk.
Yeah, the little like I made it in.
Yeah. They'll get rid of the guy, that werewolf guy, and put Hayden Christensen in his place. Just cause he'll be like totally making out with Trunks. It just, I wish that
Wait,
all
Trunks? You mean
universes.
I thought it was Nymphoida Tonks.
No, he's making out with Trunks from Dragon Ball Z. Because all fans need to have their baby ruined. Just someone to rip the baby out of their arms and then punch it repeatedly while you can't watch and say, "This is canon. This is canon."
Well, that's why I'm really happy that the only canon for the Star Wars movies is coming from the Star Wars movies. Even
And
though
the Clone Wars cartoons. And the upcoming Rebels cartoon.
Fucking Rebel scum. Oh, the license plate on my car, it's Poe Noobs with a Z. But I bought a window, like a license plate cover that said "My other ride destroyed Alderaan." It's so sweet. Like I've gotten so many people like drive up next to me and like giving me like the thumbs up and stuff because of that. Like I used to just be a cock in a BMW, but now I'm like they're like it makes the car a lot more approachable, right? Like no.
Someday they're going to be telling you that there's a meteor that's about to land on your car. They'll be like, and you'll be like, yeah, no, and then there goes Joe.
It's a convertible.
Yeah, no, I'm number one.
Number one, yeah. Right, yeah.
Watch out, you can't see. Yeah, they can't see how cool I am.
Yeah. Ramp it off the side of a cliff.
You think they're doing like that John Cena face thing from like wrestling? I think, and they're like, no, watch out! There's a barrier in front of you. You're about to run into a wall. You're like, yeah, I like wrestling too.
O'Doyle rules! O'Doyle rules! O'Doyle rules! Boom!
You can call me racist, but is that the Scottish guy?
I don't know.
Because I know there's like a pasty white, like red-haired, like Scottish wrestler. I haven't paid attention to wrestling in so long. I don't know. Is that an
No, because I was saying O'Doyle rules from Billy Madison, I
Yep.
think.
Oh yeah.
He throws the
Yeah,
banana.
I think the guy's name is like Seamus or something racist and stereotypical Irish.
Malarkey,
McBlarney Stone.
McBlarmy Stones. Seamus McBlarmy Stones. I don't know how to do it. Is it Scottish? A Scottish accent.
No, he's probably Irish. Yeah, his name is Seamus. It's spelled weird, but I guess maybe that's how you're supposed to wear Seamus. There's a picture on his Wikipedia of him not wearing pants, wearing like a t-shirt and manties. His name is Steven in real life. He's like pale as shit. Like it looks like someone took a picture with a flash on indoors, but that's just how he looks. I saw him on Conan once. That's the only reason why. He's the only one that I know of. I don't know if he's still wrestling or if he ever was wrestler. I don't know.
You know, though, did you have had to hear about the Ubisoft, shit that's going down?
The fact that they gimped the PC release?
Yeah, like
That that you can go into the XML files and there are literally effects called like E3 Bloom and E3 Rain and stuff like that they turned off yeah.
So I mean, like, there's a lot of outrage because of a lot of the master race is really up in arms.
Us and the mustard race of PC gaming can be upset. But I don't know. Like apparently I haven't played Watch Dogs in a while. I have it on the PC, but I uninstalled it a week or so ago, and I didn't get I didn't download the thing that makes the graphics all prettier. But whatever, I don't fucking care that much. I mean, the game looked pretty good. It didn't look bad, but it makes sense that they would want to unify the look because it was supposed to kind of be a kind of a console seller, even though it's on the previous gen stuff. So I understand why they would like not want it to be the best on the PC. It's still stupid as fuck, but I don't care. It's Ubisoft. It's not like they're the bastions of creativity and freedom in game design. They make They make the same game. They've only made Assassin's Creed for the last 18 years.
And Watch Dogs.
No, because Watch Dogs is just Assassin's Creed. It's Assassin's Creed with cars.
Yeah, I should play more Watch Dogs. I've actually never played Watch Dogs at all. Should probably.
That's not surprising. It's only a month old.
Oh, I thought you made it sound like it was out forever.
No.
Maybe it's
No,
been hyped.
He got it really quick and then already uninstalled it.
No, I played it for a couple weeks. I beat it, and then I was like, I don't feel like going back to this.
Oh, you know what? This is okay. This is how. I haven't paid attention that much, but I know I was thinking Watch Dogs was Crackdown in my head. That's why.
Oh.
Yep. Really different.
Yep. Very different games.
Totally different. But kind of the same, right?
No, one's an
there's
open world
cars.
sandbox crime fighting game set in the future, and one is an open world hacking game based on Assassin's Creed set in the not too distant future.
Sorry, yeah, it was hard. I didn't see it. Yeah, and now I see a distinct missing. There's more spandex in one than the other, so that's how I can tell them apart.
Yeah, Crackdown, you're kind of like a superhero cop running around blowing up stuff and killing bad guys. When this, you're a hacker running around blowing up and killing bad guys.
And the PC community already just made the mod, like they just enabled all the graphics technology that they're not using, and it already looks wonderful. So that's like, well, we fixed it. Thanks for nothing, you idiots. It probably wasn't even the developers. It was probably the marketing people that changed it. But
I don't know. I think they wanted to sell it on as being as pretty as they want as it could be. So 2 years ago they had all the awesome effects in 2012, and then they realized they couldn't do that on the current gen consoles without making it 36p and 12 frames a second. So they dropped it so they could hit they could hit the lofty goal of 760p.
Fucking the peasants screwing it up for the master race again.
Yeah, I don't know. It's fine.
You know. I just realized that when you say heathens and you're part of the master race, you mean Apple people. I didn't realize that.
I don't fucking care. I don't care about terms and shit. I have a gaming computer. I plan to be a gaming PC guy for a while, but I'm not gonna start adopting the lingo because fucking.
I am part of the master race.
I hate being part of groups. I hate trying to I'm this now, so I have to believe it. It's fucking. If I wanted that, I would be Catholic still.
All those people just want to.
Here's all the rules. We wrote a big book.
Keep saying no.
We wrote a big book of all the rules you have to thing and all the things you're supposed to hate now. And we got this guy. We call him Pope Francis. He's gonna tell you all this stuff. It's the same thing. It's like, oh, you're a PC gamer now. Here's the book of all the people you hate. You don't like Phil Fish anymore, and you have to call people this. Now, excuse me, I have to go work at McDonald's.
You must worship our God and Savior, Gaben.
Yeah. Actually, no. Now you're also, but you also have to be edgy and say fuck Steam and Steam drones. Everyone's social justice warriors.
Seriously though, Steam is, in the beginning there was Steam and it was good, but now Good Old Games. I mean, they've been really coming out with Enforce GOG.com. Yep. Like, I've really been picking up a lot of more titles from them. And the fact that they are DRM free, and I've been paying a lot more attention to their site. Not saying that I'm never using Steam. I mean, I played a Steam game yesterday, but
yeah, but they release DRM free games, and there's quality control. They don't just put everything on there. They're good people, the GOG games. Speaking of good people, it's time we stop wasting the good people of America's time and listen to this horse shit. And go to a segment we haven't done in a while called "Have you seen this shit?" What?
No, you missed it, dude. It was like you weren't expecting. You got to be ready for this.
You gotta be ready. We've been like a year since we've done one, but you gotta. I was gonna plug this, but I realized it would work better as a "Have you seen this shit?"
What? Sorry.
Thank you.
What? Have it.
So as we know, the people at Valve and TF2 occasionally release like nice little animated movie things for Team Fortress 2, announcing different patches and whatnot. Well, they fucking outdid themselves this time. Yesterday they released a 15-minute short film called Expiration Date. Filmed it using the Source engine, using Source Movie Maker and stuff. Partially written by Ashley Birch, and Ashley Birch also voiced one of the characters in it. And it's fucking amazing. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, you can find it on their YouTube channel. It's just Team Fortress is the YouTube channel, or you can check the show notes in the description for this episode later on, because it's good. It's 15 minutes and it's so good. It's a story that's just it's funny and hilarious, and it's got all the characters that you know and love from various TF2 stuff. And it's great. You definitely have to check it out. It's amazing.
My plug for this week is the same as last week. The Wide Open Roads podcast. Go check it out. Alex Conley, who was on this show as a special guest a couple episodes back, and myself go over car stuff with a little bit of a Detroit spin, a little bit of a spin of just cool guys. Now that I said that, it's not cool. All right. Well, go check it out anyway. It is wideopenroadspodcast.com, and enjoy. We've actually had a decent response to the show, and it's hosted on Shout Engine. Get your own podcast on shoutengine.com. Takes less than 5 minutes, and it's free. Ike, what do you got?
I suppose it's been a few weeks, but for those of you out there last 3 years, you can also find myself on Your Fitness Pals by checking out Your Fitness Pals here on Just Cool Enough.
Oh, nice. Good plug for Fitness Pals.
And my plug, because I didn't get one, that was a have you seen shit, not a plug,
What?
is thank you.
No, Joe. Damn it.
Fucked it up again. Is the latest sketch from the sketch team, Hate Mail, called Emotional Insurance. You can find it on the front page of justcoolenough.com underneath this episode, where you can go to either Funny or Die and search for it, or just the Facebook.com/HateMailShow or YouTube.com/HateMailShow to find the YouTube version. And it was written by the guy Chris in our group, and I get to be in it, and most of us are in it, and I thought it turned out pretty well. I did the editing on it, so I think it turned out pretty well. For a sketch, you can check it out in various places.
So you've put together that video, Eric?
I did the editing. I helped film with the rest of them when we filmed it, and then I was in it, and then I did all the editing on it.
It was pretty great. Good, like your timing was like right on. So, fuck yeah, nice. I don't know anything about comedy. All right, Eric.
Well, comedy is all about timing.
I thought you were gonna say farts. Really thought you were gonna say farts.
All about timing.
And also, good news, I do not have to report to the courthouse that has summoned me tomorrow, but I have to check in tomorrow after 5 o'clock to see if I'm still needed for jury duty. So
you get to this is you're exercising your civil
Civic.
duties.
Civic
No,
duties.
Civic duties. That's civil.
Speaking of civic duties, it's my civic duty to inform you all that the show's ending and that you should stop listening. But before you do that, you can
Thanks
always
for listening.
you can follow me on Twitter, but at Duncor, DUNCOR.
You can follow me on Twitter. SPEEDYF40. Woo!
You can follow me on Twitter at Railvis. That's SPEEDYF4.
You can follow me on Twitter at CP30.
You can follow me. You can follow me on Instagram at the username Mostly Shit. That's my actual Instagram. And you can also Snapchat me at Just Cool Enough.
Wait a second! You took the Just Cool Enough name for your Snapchat?
Yep. But
Then
until
Eric
next.
dick pics at Just Cool Enough on Snapchat.
Totally.
Please send them dick pics.
Yeah, totally.
But only if you're over 18.
Yeah.
Only if you're over 18.
Yeah, we don't want him to go to jail. We just want him to get dick.
I just want him to get dicks in his pics for Snapchat. I don't want him to go to jail over 18.
So thank you guys so much
Joke's
for
on
listening.
you, busted. 20 in jail.
Whoa!
Oh, we got him good.
Oh, orange is the new black, Eric.
All right. Thank you guys so much for listening to this horse shit. See you next week or in 3 years, whenever you decide to give us a chance once more. But until then, have a wonderful weekend and the rest of your week.
wonderful weekend.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Oh! Wait, it was a listener that hasn't been around for 3 years. He finally
No, I was
listens to the
telling
show.
you to fuck off because you spent. I was not going to do it. But then you walked all over my outro. So fuck
Stomping
off.
on your dick all the time. That's my job. Like it's my job. Wow, you know, I don't like the middle finger. But I do. This is the sign right here. Like I have to go to the bathroom.
You gotta do the middle finger right.
Mm.
It's like I don't like this. I like doing it like this because then it's dick and balls. You know.
I don't like doing the middle finger.
All right, end the show already.
No. Okay, fine.
I gotta play D&D.
It's D&D.
Never.